Hi guys, welcome back to another What's for Dinner. For this night's dinner, we did some crockpot Zuppa Toscana Soup. To get started on this recipe, I washed, peeled, and diced up about 5 potatoes along with 1/2 cup of onion. Into a skillet over medium heat, I cooked up 6 slices of bacon. You can do more or less depending on your preference. And this recipe calls for 1 pound ground Italian sausage. And I didn't have a tube of Italian sausage, but I did have these Italian sausage links, so I went ahead and cut them in half and took them out of the casing. And when my bacon was done cooking, I removed it from the pan. To the same pan with the bacon grease, I added in my Italian sausage. And I just cooked this until it was about halfway cooked through, and then I added in my diced onions. And once everything was cooked through, I added the meat-onion mixture to the bottom of my crock pot. Next, I added in my diced potatoes. Then I added in 4 cups of chicken broth, along with 2 cups of water. I also added in 1 tablespoon of minced garlic, along with a dash of salt and pepper. And then I just covered it and cooked it on low for 6 hours. You can also cook it on high for 3 hours or until the potatoes are soft. And it's been about 6 hours. I'm gonna add in my 6 strips of crumbled bacon and 1 cup of heavy whipping cream. Next, I added in 1 bunch of kale that is cut into bite-sized pieces, and then I just mixed everything up to make sure it's well combined. And then I put the lid back on and I let it continue cooking for another 30 minutes. And here's my dinner. I topped it with some black pepper and some parsley. You can also add Parmesan cheese. I paired this with a side salad and a roll. This dinner was rich, creamy, very filling. I will definitely make this again. It was even better as leftovers the following day. If you guys haven't tried this already, definitely check it out. It is a fall comfort food, and my family absolutely loved it. And dinner is done. For this night's dinner, I did shrimp, spinach, bacon Alfredo. To start this recipe off, I just cooked up 6 slices of bacon. I also boiled up my fettuccine pasta. I also chopped up 4 garlic cloves, 3 cups of spinach, and 1 onion. To a skillet over medium heat, I added in 2 tablespoons of butter and 1 tablespoon of olive oil. I also added in my diced onion along with 2 pounds of shrimp. And I let this cook to 2 to 3 minutes until everything was cooked through. Once everything was done cooking, I removed the shrimp and set those aside. Into that same pan, I added in my spinach and garlic, and I just gave it a little dash of salt and pepper. I'm gonna let these cook until the spinach is wilted and you start to smell the fragrance of the garlic. After everything is cooked, I added in 2 cups of heavy whipping cream, and I'm just gonna bring this to a boil, and then I'm gonna add in my cooked fettuccine. I tossed to coat, then I added in the crumbled bacon and the shrimp, and to top this recipe off, I added 1 cup of Parmesan as well as 1/2 cup of parsley. And for the side tonight, I'm making homemade garlic knots using this pizza crust. To start this recipe off, I'm just going to roll out my dough. Next, I just used a pizza cutter and I cut out 1/2 inch strips. And then I just take one of the strips, I fold it in half, and then I tie that into a knot. And I cook these for 15 minutes at 400 degrees. And to make the sauce, I'm going to melt 1 stick of butter in a bowl. And the recipe calls for 4 garlic cloves minced. I don't have any, so I'm going to use 2 tablespoons of garlic paste. I also added in 1/4 cup of Parmesan cheese, some fresh parsley, and 2 teaspoons of basil, a dash of salt and pepper, and then I'm gonna mix it all up. And once my garlic knots were done cooking, I am just gonna dip them in that butter sauce. And you wanna make sure that they're fully coated with the butter. And here's my dinner. This was quick and easy. I felt like I was eating at a restaurant. That garlic bread though, I don't know if I can go back to store-bought. This is definitely a make again. And dinner is done. And for this night's dinner, I did wonton tacos. To start this dinner off, I just cooked up 1 pound of ground beef. I added in 1 packet of taco seasoning. Into a mini muffin tin, I added in my wonton wraps. Next, I added in a tablespoon of the cooked ground beef and then a little pinch of cheddar cheese. And then I put these in the air fryer at 400 degrees for about 3 to 4 minutes. Once they were done cooking, I added in a pinch of lettuce, some more cheese, a dollop of sour cream, and some cherry tomatoes. These were quick, easy, and budget friendly. I would definitely bring these as an appetizer to a party or potluck. And dinner is done. And for this night's dinner, we made spiral corn dogs. For this recipe, I'm going to be using these Oscar Mayer bun-length hot dogs. To start this recipe off, I'm going to cut these hot dogs in half, and I'm going to be using these chopsticks in place of corn dog sticks, and I'm just going to poke a hole and stick that through the bottom of the hot dog. Next, I'm going to take a knife and I'm going to cut the hot dog diagonally down as I'm rolling the hot dog. This is going to give it a spiral effect. For this dinner, I'm also going to be using this tube of croissants. I'm going to open it up, roll it out, and I'm going to press together the dotted cutting line. Then I just rolled out equal strips. And then I'm just going to take a piece of the dough. I'm going to wrap it around the cut side of the hot dog and spiral up. And for a side tonight, I'm just going to cook up these ears of corn. Also, I'm going to do this Cracker Barrel macaroni and cheese. And for the macaroni and cheese, I just cooked it up according to the directions on the back of the box. Into some frying oil, I'm going to add in our spiral corn dogs. And I just let these cook for about a minute each side until the dough is cooked all the way through. You want to make sure you turn while you're cooking. And here's our dinner. It was quick, easy, and fun. My boys absolutely got a kick out of the corn dogs. I really hope you guys try this recipe out. I will definitely be making this again, and dinner is done. I want to thank everybody for taking time out of their busy day to watch my video. It really means a lot. Thanks for watching.